So you think he has bigger balls? Who do you think's got a higher body count? What's your body count, Jake? What's your body count?
No.
Where's this kid's mother?
Jake, you think yours is higher? Tight, we outside, go, boom, bitch. Ah!
If the old Mike Tyson shows up for 5 minutes, like, how do you get past that?
Right.
Right. He doesn't need to be there for the whole fight. He needs to be there for 5 minutes.
For 5 seconds.
Yeah. I don't know. I hear your strategy and I see your strategy. I don't know that I wouldn't just run for 2 or 3 rounds and hope that he gets tired.
Maybe that's a strategy too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Various celebrities have weighed in with their predictions for the upcoming Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight. Excitement is in the air, sparking every conversation. No matter where you go, discussions revolve around the impending clash between Tyson and Paul. For Logan Paul, this fight carries a powerful personal weight. His brother's future, and perhaps even his safety, hang in the balance, making the latest episode of Impulsive a deep dive into what's at stake in this high-stakes showdown.
Can I get your thoughts on Jake Paul Tyson as a fight as opposed to a program on Netflix? What happens, dude?
Yeah. This is one of those things where, just for me, my just own personal opinion of how I feel about it, like, I don't know. Like, can he do this? I see clips of him fighting, but I don't know, or sparring or doing mitts or whatever. And I don't know when that's from. I don't know if that's brand new. I don't know,
With co-host Mike Malak and special guest Paul Michael Levesque, known to wrestling fans as Triple H, they delved into a thorough analysis of the event. Malak pressed Triple H for his thoughts on the Jake Paul Tyson face-off. Triple H expressed a degree of skepticism, admitting he'd seen training and sparring footage of both fighters, but couldn't be sure if the clips were recent or from earlier sessions, leaving him uncertain about the bout's potential outcome. Logan Paul attempted to compare Tyson to the legendary Yoda, the wise Jedi Master from Star Wars. He argued that, like Yoda, Tyson may seem laid back and unassuming, but once the fight begins, he becomes a force to be reckoned with. Malak, however, was quick to jump in, pointing out that Logan was blending fiction with reality in his comparison.
Can I make the comparison to Yoda in Star Wars?
Yeah.
Like, Yoda.
Yeah.
Like, he'd be hobbling around doing whatever, but when Yoda goes to battle, you can't be Yoda.
But that's a fiction. That's a movie, man.
Bro, who cares?
I don't know. I just think it's not Yoda.
It's just an analogy.
Alien man.
The Impulsive co-host emphasized how crucial the recent sparring footage of Mike Tyson could be, suggesting it might reveal his current form. If this claim turned out to be accurate, he admitted it would shake him to his core. Malak openly shared his unwillingness to face Tyson in the ring, no matter the scenario. Triple H chimed in, comparing Tyson's punch to the power of a tank and commending Jake's ability to keep a strategic distance from his opponents.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know if it is, but that's what I'm saying. And when you watch that sparring footage, I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see him at all.
Looks like he can hit like a tank.
Yeah.
And your brother's really good at keeping people outside.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he's going to be sparring guys who fight like Mike as well. I saw the same footage you saw, and I think that everyone has seen, because it gets 60 million views a pop on IG. And like, I know he's old, but goddamn, he can hit so hard and he's still so fast in the ring.
In analyzing Tyson's recent interview, Mike Malak drew attention to Tyson's admission of feeling nervous, while Logan Paul pointed out the daunting task of going up against a younger, stronger fighter. Malak stressed that Iron Mike is still a legend in his own right, belonging to a class unmatched by others.
Well, did you see Tyson's little interview that he did 2 days ago?
He's invincible.
He correct. But here's the thing, he actually is. Like, he's not just saying, like, he when he says that, he actually is invincible. Like he the way he described it, and I didn't expect this from him, like, he said he's nervous right now. He's nervous to get in there. Like,
I mean, you got a young, hungry demon.
Triple H weighed in, highlighting the daunting task of confronting a prime Mike Tyson, even if only for a fleeting moment. He mused aloud, how does anyone withstand the impact if Tyson lets loose at full power for just 5 minutes? In Triple H's view, Tyson doesn't need to sustain that level for an entire fight. Just a few seconds of unleashed ferocity could be catastrophic. He cast doubt on Jake's approach, speculating that Jake might rely on dodging and stalling for a few rounds, hoping Tyson might wear down as the match drags on. Though aware of concerns surrounding Tyson's age, WWE's creative director praised both Paul and Tyson for their commitment to an intense showdown. Triple H voiced his worry about the former heavyweight champion's health, but emphasized Tyson's right to make his own decisions and follow the path he chooses.
Punches himself out after 2 or 3 rounds, and then you just come in there and pick him apart. But like, I don't know. Like, and My hat's off to both of them for taking the fight, and I understand people's concerns for Mike and all that stuff. He's a grown man. If he wants to take that challenge, and medically they check him out and they say he's okay, like, let's go.
Meanwhile, NFL standout Patrick Mahomes recently chimed in, suggesting that Jake Paul has a promising path to victory in this highly anticipated showdown. Mahomes suggested that for Jake to stand any chance against the veteran boxer, he'd need to draw the match into the later rounds. He further emphasized that endurance and strategic play would be key in tackling such a daunting opponent.
Yeah.
You follow a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
What do you think happens if a clash of two titans, like, I don't know, make something up, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson were to happen?
I think if I'm scared of Mike Tyson. So I think if Jake can make the fight last for a little bit longer, he's going to win. But if he gets hit the wrong way, it will not be good for him.
I think that's a very
Mahomes acknowledged feeling some apprehension about Mike Tyson, hinting that if Jake manages to extend the fight, he might carve out a path to victory. Still, he warned that one powerful hit from Tyson could jeopardize Jake's chances. Tyson stands as a towering figure among heavyweight boxing legends, his dominance woven into the fabric of the sport's rich history. In contrast, Jake, known as the problem child, has yet to test himself against elite opponents, unlike the formidable competitor he now faces. At the same time, Showspeed and Logan Paul weighed in on Mahomes' perspective on the fight.
Yeah, you know what? That was the best. What is it? What kind of question was it?
neutral. It's PR trained. He's PR
No,
trained.
not bullshit. That's like the best answer he had when it comes to sports.
Diplomatic.
No, not even. I think he just means the best. Because your answer is a word for word his thoughts on. Like he's like, dude, if Jake drags Tyson out into the water, like, it's over.
Yeah.
I think if he stays alive for 2 rounds, he's gonna do it.
I kind of agree with Patrick, actually. Yeah, I agree.
I think it also just got sanctioned as a pro fight, which is cool.
That's really cool. It's in Dallas, right?
Yeah.
It's in Dallas. But I think it's when I'm at training camp, unfortunately.
July 20th?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Quick night, quick jet.
One night out.
It is a quick. Don't tell coach. No one tell coach.
Adding fuel to the fire, hip-hop stars Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda raised the stakes with a bold $5,000 bet on the much-anticipated showdown. Will Yayo's fierce Brooklyn loyalty and faith in Iron Mike land him the win? Or is Uncle Murda's cash backing the winning side? This looming clash between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson isn't just a spectacle for boxing fans, it's igniting a spirited betting battle between 2 rap icons. In a recent sit-down with DJ Vlad, the discussion veered towards the bout. Speaking of fights on Netflix, Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, DJ Vlad cued the topic. Tony Yayo, ever loyal to his Brooklyn roots, wasted no time in declaring his allegiance. He said, "We already got money on that. I got Mike Tyson. He's from Brooklyn, so if he says Jake Paul, you already know he's Hollywood." However, Uncle Murda wasn't quite convinced by Tyson's age. "I think Mike is a little too old to be fighting at this point," he interjected. DJ Vlad then clarified the age gap for the listeners. He's 57, Jake Paul's 27. Uncle Murda was concerned, but he wasn't taking a big chance on his suspicions. Yayo took advantage of the situation and teasingly increased the stakes. This joke sharing continued. Yayo countered, "What I'm saying is, look, Jake Paul. Yeah, he got a chance, but if Tyson hit him with one of them, old him. Feel like it's 88, because remember, Tyson ain't trying to lose." But Uncle Murda reiterated, "I think Jake Paul, I just think is too much of an age difference." Finally, the big reveal came. Uncle Murda admitted, "I put my money on Jake Paul. It's so real, I want to lose the money." Concern over Mike's age is widespread, especially from Tommy Fury, who faces Jake in the ring. Tommy hasn't hesitated to voice his opinions on the upcoming Tyson-Paul bout, questioning the matchup's credibility given Tyson's advancing years and Paul's controversial track record in boxing. Speaking to IFL TV, Fury expressed his disappointment, remarking, "Well, he couldn't beat me, so he's going to fight granddads now, which is terrible, you know? What you were isn't what you are now." He emphasized the respect due to Tyson as a boxing legend and hinted at taking matters into his own hands if Tyson doesn't secure a knockout. Mike Tyson is an absolute legend, deserve the utmost respect. Listen, it is what it is. If Mike doesn't knock him out, I will next time. Fury's comments reveal his disdain for the fight and his commitment to the core rules of the sport. Sylvester Stallone and the legendary Iron Mike Tyson have both earned their place in the prestigious Boxing Hall of Fame. Stallone's connection to the sport, however, doesn't end there. His younger brother, Frank Stallone, has his own ties to the ring. Recently, Frank joined the lively debate surrounding the upcoming fight, adding his voice to those backing Tyson. Despite some fans expressing doubts, he remains steadfast in his confidence that Tyson will overcome his much younger opponent. opponent. In an Instagram post, the versatile artist captured the buzz around the fight's finale, hinting that a rapid 1-2 punch combo might just clinch the victory. He said, "Mike Tyson wins by KO on 2, kids green and right hand crazy, left hook nullifies that, and bingo." In the footage, he stands alone in the open sprawl of a parking lot, turning it into a stage for his disclosures. Amid the flood of emails filling his inbox about the November showdown, Frank Stallone frames his take, casting Jake Paul as a mere rookie in the boxing world. Only when Paul faced off against seasoned fighter Tommy Fury did he truly confront the unforgiving demands of the ring. Okay, I've been getting bombarded by emails about the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight. Let me make it very clear. Jake Paul is a rank amateur. The first time he fought a guy that was a bit of a boxer, he lost to Tyson Fury's brother, said Stallone's brother. He went on to explore the challenges the problem child encountered, highlighting the difficulties that come with a late start in boxing. Many in this position, he noted, tend to become heavily dependent on their powerful right hand. In the world of boxing, Mike Tyson stands as a seasoned powerhouse, able to unleash punishing strikes from either hand, hitting his target with precision from the chin down to the body. His speed and strength are legendary, posing an intimidating challenge for any adversary. Meanwhile, Jake Paul has yet to face a competitor of Tyson's stature. Despite Tyson's advancing years, his command of the sport is unmatched, moving through the ring with a level of skill and finesse only a true master possesses. Frank Stallone used the peekaboo technique to show how Tyson's strategy would eventually cause Jake Paul to use his right hand. He said, "He's going to come in like this. This guy's going to throw a right hand bang, and he's going to catch him with the shot, and that's going to be it. Or he's going to feel that power here on the arms because Mike knows how to take his time and pace, so you keep an eye out." As previously revealed, Frank Stallone has been a fan of Mike Tyson's since the day he won the title. Meanwhile, Piers Morgan weighed in on a recent training video featuring Mike Tyson, where Tyson impressed viewers with his raw power, effortlessly pounding training pads with remarkable intensity. Seeing this, British journalist Piers Morgan responded, "I'm very glad I'm not Jake Paul." On the flip side, concerns have been voiced about the risks to Mike Tyson's health as he gears up to face Jake Paul. Mauricio Sulaiman, the president of the WBC, has expressed that Tyson might ultimately regret his choice to step back into the ring. He points out that Tyson's boxing career ended on a tumultuous note, marked by struggles with fitness and navigating a challenging period in his life. Mauricio Sulaiman said, "Mike is a legend and an unbelievable legend that has so many great things and is outstanding. He had a very ugly ending to his career in boxing, but he was out of shape and in a completely problematic stage of his life." Additionally, Sulaiman pointed out that during the lockdowns, when people were longing for entertainment, Mike Tyson took the initiative to step into the ring against Roy Jones Jr. He delivered an impressive performance, fulfilling the expectations of fans with an exhibition match. Tyson's intent wasn't to inflict damage on Roy, rather, it was a demonstration of his prowess. However, Sulaiman sees the upcoming fight with Jake Paul as a different situation entirely. He characterized Jake as a youthful, powerful contender with a substantial presence on social media. Sulaiman expressed, "This time with Jake Paul is different. He is a young, strong, upcoming fighter with great social media followers, and if it is an exhibition, then we have to support it. It is good for boxing. So, let's support it and make it a great event for kids to look up to Mike Tyson and Jake Paul." Sulaiman underscored the fact that every bout is fraught with danger, regardless of a fighter's age or other considerations, as just one punch can change a life forever. He noted that the WBC is committed to reducing risks for all competitors each time they enter the ring. He said, "Every fight is dangerous regardless of age, regardless of anything. One punch can change your life. We do our best effort at the WBC to minimize the risks for all fighters when they go into the ring. We have changed the sport in the last 60 years with so many medicals, precaution weigh-ins, the 15 to 12 rounds, the weigh-in the day before, and the gloves and ring." In the meantime, Paul Pierce, the former NBA All-Star, has a deep passion for boxing, which drives him to share his thoughts on Jake's evolution in the ring and his opinions about the upcoming match. While guesting on the series The Truth Lounge on March 9th, Pierce suggested that the upcoming fight might be scripted. He said, "Sports used to be unscripted, so now I'm like, it's starting to look like everything is scripted now." Pierce even compared the upcoming fight to a major wrestling event, stating, "This event right here is definitely going to be scripted. They are going to talk about what they are going to do, and they are going to be trained to deliver, just like wrestling." Amid the buzz and fervor, a fresh face emerges, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. His latest comments about the upcoming match have stirred intrigue among fans, adding yet another layer of excitement to the ongoing saga. While the WWE Universe is well aware of the rocky relationship between Logan Paul and The Rock, it appears that Jake Paul has managed to cultivate a friendly rapport with him. The bandwagon has been joined by The Rock. Sharing a photo with Paul, he took to social media and posted, "Good to finally meet you, brother, at WrestleMania. Looking forward to your fight with the GOAT. As we briefly chatted, you wouldn't want it any other way. Can't wait to watch." In a recent statement, Jake Paul expressed his desire for prominent figures to attend his upcoming bout with Mike Tyson. Notably, he has reached out to the former US president, inviting him to the event after the president dubbed him with a memorable nickname. Jake Paul said to Fox News, "It's an all-out war. And Trump, if you are watching this is an invite. I know you used to promote Tyson, so I'd love to have you at the fight. Vivek came to my other fight. And of course, the Silver Fox, Baron Trump. So Donnie, pull up. We've got tickets for you." In 1988, Trump made a jaw-dropping $11 million bid to acquire the Atlantic City Convention Hall for the highly anticipated clash between Tyson and Michael Spinks. This aggressive offer placed the event in fierce rivalry with his own Trump Plaza in New Jersey. Following their growing friendship, Tyson lent his support to Trump during the successful 2016 presidential campaign. However, Tim O'Brien, the author of Trump Nation, claims that Tyson once confronted Trump regarding a purported extramarital affair with his then-wife, Robin Givens. Tyson reportedly asked the former US president, "Could I ask you, are you f***ing my wife?" After the exchange, Trump is quoted as saying, "Now if I froze, I'm dead. You would have zero chance. Here's the heavyweight champion of the world, and he's a solid piece of f***ing armor." On the other hand, Floyd Mayweather has allegedly urged Tyson to steer clear of a potential clash with Jake Paul, perceiving it as a perilous move for the former heavyweight champion. As celebrity boxing matches and YouTuber showdowns gain traction, a bout between Tyson and Paul would undoubtedly capture worldwide interest. However, with Mayweather's warning ringing in the ears of fans and analysts, many are left questioning whether this fight holds any significance beyond mere spectacle, and if the risks for Tyson are truly justified.
You're probably the last of those box office stars. What do you say to that?
Well, I commend Tyson because he's one of the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. You know, he's a legendary champion. And the only thing I have to say about Mike Tyson is everyone is always trying to judge Mike Tyson. He lived his life the way he wanted to live his life. No one can say what they would have done if they were in his shoes. Boxing will live on. You know, it's the Mayweather era. Not just myself, but the Mayweather brand. You know, I have my own style
Floyd Mayweather has a well-established reputation for engaging in bouts beyond the conventional professional boxing scene, facing off against celebrities and MMA fighters such as Conor McGregor and Logan Paul, Jake's older sibling. Despite his extensive background, Mayweather seems to be advising Tyson to weigh his age and legacy thoughtfully, cautioning that entering the ring with a younger, active competitor like Jake Paul might result in unforeseen repercussions. Mayweather is said to think that Tyson, now in his late 50s, stands to lose more than he could gain from a potential fight. Despite Tyson's impressive physical condition and glimpses of his former glory in recent exhibition matches, Mayweather's counsel appears focused on safeguarding Tyson's health and legacy rather than enhancing his career record. At the age of 58, Tyson is set to face off against the 27-year-old from Ohio at AT&T Stadium. However, a recent health scare that occurred mid-flight has raised concerns about Tyson's well-being. Despite this uncertainty, both Tyson and Paul are resolute that the bout will go ahead as scheduled. The incident has sparked further scrutiny of Jake Paul, adding fuel to the ongoing discussions surrounding his involvement in the sport. The YouTuber turned professional boxer is under fire from critics on multiple fronts, especially for opting to fight opponents who are clearly well beyond their peak. However, amidst the criticism, he still enjoys a surprising level of support, some of which may catch Paul off guard. Notably, 3 years after his older brother's bout with Floyd Mayweather Jr., and following Jake's own contentious match against the boxing icon, Mayweather has recently expressed his backing for the problem child. In a new interview, the undefeated former champion shared his thoughts on Jake Paul's legitimacy in the boxing ring. As the event wrapped up, Mayweather Jr. shared his thoughts on the possibility of a rematch with Logan Paul. Host treasure, Stat Baby Wilson of It Is What It Is, then redirected the discussion to Jake Paul. With Jake preparing to square off against Mike Tyson in November, Wilson was eager to hear the former world champion's perspective on what defines a real boxer. She highlighted that many fans remain torn over whether to view Jake Paul as as a genuine fighter or just a YouTuber who ventured into boxing. How do you feel like you get out of that bubble to make somebody a real boxer? Wilson asked. The Money replied, I mean, what he's doing is, kind of cool if he can continue to steal money and they match him the way they match him. I can't knock his hustle. So if they can match him the way how they've been matching him, more power to him. This incident may have caught many fans off guard. After an NBA game in Miami last year, Jake Paul encountered Floyd Mayweather Jr. and his crew. Tensions escalated quickly, leading to an intense exchange of words that left Paul feeling trapped. With his back against the wall, he made a hasty exit, and footage of the moment spread like wildfire online. However, in the aftermath, Paul claimed that the whole scenario was merely a carefully orchestrated publicity stunt. In contrast, some prominent figures have refrained from harsh criticism of Jake Paul and his boxing journey. Former UFC middleweight champion Michael Bisping, however, did not hold back, delivering a scathing rebuke of the problem child for his carefully curated selection of opponents. Speaking on his channel, The Count, while reviewing Mike Tyson's medical issues, said, Jake Paul claims to be a fighter. He talks about fighting Canelo and all these people and calling out proper fighters that are way past their prime. Bisping emphasizes that Jake Paul's matchup with Anderson Silva occurred when the legendary Brazilian was nearing 50. Subsequently, Paul either fought a washed-up Tyrone Woodley or Ben Askren, a fighter whose striking history is minimal at best. However, when Paul faced a bona fide boxer like Tommy Fury, he struggled. The underlying concern remains. Paul ought to be competing against opponents who are more aligned with his age and skill set. Instead, he continues to cherry-pick older fighters, steering clear of rivals who could match his youth and athletic prowess. The conversation about Jake Paul's legacy will undoubtedly continue for years to come. His selection of adversaries, frequently older and on the verge of retirement, fuels ongoing debate, igniting fervent discussions among both supporters and detractors. Nevertheless, his magnetic appeal is indisputable. Paul has emerged as a major draw in the sports world, pulling in audiences that seasoned champions often find challenging to attract. Tyson ruled the heavyweight scene throughout the 1980s and 1990s, decisively overcoming formidable opponents such as Michael Spinks, Larry Holmes, Frank Bruno, and Tony Tucker. Meanwhile, Mayweather carved out his legacy by claiming titles in 5 different weight classes, becoming a global boxing icon who captivated audiences everywhere. His highly anticipated 2015 clash with Manny Pacquiao, dubbed the fight of the century, set new benchmarks in the sport, amassing an incredible 4.6 million pay-per-view buys. Many fans believe that a prime Iron Mike Tyson would dominate most heavyweights, but Floyd Mayweather has offered his perspective on this idea. In a recent interview with Male Sport Boxing, he was asked to predict the outcomes of several matchups, including one involving Tyson. Mayweather, however, expressed skepticism about Tyson's chances against former world champion Vitaly Klitschko, suggesting that he would face significant challenges in that contest. Vitaly Klitschko successfully defended his world heavyweight title 12 times, ending his illustrious career with an impressive record of 45 wins and only 2 losses, 41 of those victories coming by way of knockout. Although an injury forced him to retire in 2004, he made a sensational return to the ring in 2008, where he defeated Samuel Peter to reclaim the WBC title. Throughout this period, both Vitaly and his brother Vladimir reigned supreme over the heavyweight division, showcasing their unmatched dominance.
Every time boxing come on, you don't bring up Muhammad Ali name. You don't bring up Mike Tyson name. You always bring up Floyd Mayweather name.
Now listen, we're talking about Floyd, and listen, we all gotta believe we're the greatest of all times, right? We all gotta believe that, but we all know Muhammad Ali is the greatest of all time.
If you could have fought any fighter in your life, any weight, any era, who would you have picked that you would have liked to fight the most?
Floyd Mayweather. So we're in there, we're fighting low.
Fans, analysts, and past boxing legends find themselves sharply divided over the anticipated clash between 27-year-old former social media sensation Paul and 58-year-old Tyson, a heavyweight champion who revolutionized the sport in the 1980s. As Tyson steps back into the ring for his first professional fight since 2005, his path to victory hinges on thorough training and making early strikes count. UFC legend Daniel Cormier, like many fans, has watched Tyson's training clips and acknowledged that Iron Mike appears impressive on the pads, particularly considering his age. Nonetheless, Cormier has warned that stepping back into live combat might be pushing the limits too far. Cormier said, "I watched Jake Paul fight Mike Perry. I watched Jake Paul get pressed to the point where he started to feel uncomfortable. It looked like Mike Perry had a chance. But then Jake has a reserve tank to go to and get and draw from because he's 27 years old. Then he comes back and ultimately finishes Mike Perry." Considering the notable age difference heading into the match at AT&T Stadium, it's understandable to favor Paul as the likely victor. However, Tyson's chances of securing a win may be slimmer than those of Paul, who must assert his dominance from the outset. To succeed, Paul will need to maneuver around the ring with greater speed and strategy than Tyson, whose impressive muscle mass at 58 has garnered widespread admiration. Cormy I said, "I think the fight is a lose-lose for Jake Paul, because if you beat up Mike Tyson, everybody loves Mike Tyson. What if Mike knocks him out though? Then it's over. Everything's done. It would be an all-time backfire. If Paul gets knocked out, nothing's ever been done like that in the sport's history." So, that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos.